First of all, I want to say welcome to Wednesday. Welcome to Wednesday. Welcome to Wednesday. I'm Mr. McGee. I'm here bringing another message to the students because I thought about it driving in this morning, and I realized that today is Wednesday, but it's the last week of the marking period. Now, for those of you who are on quarters, realize that we are on a 4-quarter system, and this is the end of the first quarter for many of you. The end of the first quarter. So my message today, I really want to think about it like sports, in particular basketball or football, where you have the quarters. And right now we're at the end of the first quarter. Now at this time in the game, you're either in one of three spots, in my opinion. You're in one of three spots. One, you're either blowing out the competition. You're dogging them. You're blowing them out. And you got the lead by a lot, 20 points. Okay, 20, 30 points. You're blowing them out. Academically, you're blowing out your grades. You're blowing out the competition. You're blowing out your teacher's expectations of you. All right? Category 1. Category 2, you're hanging around. The game's pretty even, pretty tied. You had a game plan, you came in, and right now, you're at a good spot. It's like 19-21. 21-19. The end of the first quarter, NBA numbers right now. You're hanging out, okay? Or the third area where you might live or reside is you're getting blown out. You're getting dominated. There's nothing you can do. Your every strategy is not working, and you're getting dominated. So I want to give you a couple tips for those areas that you belong, and you know where you are. So be honest with yourself and just listen up, take notes, and move forward. All right? But at the end of the day, it's the end of the first quarter. You got 3 more quarters, so we good. So first, if you are blowing out the competition, that's what I'm talking about. You're blowing out the competition. That's what you're supposed to do. You had a strategy. You had a game plan in place. And you are doing what you need to do to dominate the competition. And you're doing all right. Now, one thing I want you to understand, and this is my tip for the people who are dominating the competition, blowing the other team out, blowing your teacher's expectations out, blowing the school's expectations out. All right? You got the lead, 20, 30 points. Don't get comfortable. When we play video games, we watch other teams play, you'll see teams get a little lax. They get a little, okay, we put the full court press on, we're doing it, and now we're kind of laying low. We're not recognizing the other team's hunger for what they're trying to do as they try to come back. Because believe you me, they will come back. You don't believe me? Look at your algebra class. Your algebra class is going to come back. All right? It was a little easy the first quarter because you didn't have much history. When you get to the second quarter, you're going to have to deal with the second quarter, and guess what? You're going to have to deal with the first quarter too. That's called the cumulative grades, or the cumulative exams. That stuff build upon each other. All right? So you're working with fractions and linear algebra in the first quarter. Now you got to deal with point slope form and things like that, graphing and things like that, and guess what? That builds up. So don't start getting lax because you got the lead and you think you're comfortable. But some of us, we can't help it. Basketball teams can't help it. We get a little lax and draw back, but you cannot do it. You got to stay the course. You got to be focused, and you just got to make sure you don't get comfortable with your lead, because guess what? That's when you get knocked off your pedestal. That's when you start to lose the game and lose control. So what I think you should do, if you guys are blowing out the competition, create a new goal. Strive for a new goal. Add something on to your plate. If you're getting all A's, add something to your plate. Join student council, become a leader in that organization. Do some more volunteering. Set another goal for yourself. Pick up another hobby, another skill. Learn something new. Do something out of your comfort zone to add to that so you can continue to grow. Strive higher is what I want to say to those that are blowing out. So don't get comfortable. Strive higher. Next, those of you that are kind of hanging out, things are going well, things are moving smooth. You're kind of, even with your team, even with your classes. You set out a plan and things are kind of going your way. B's, couple C's, couple A's. All right? But you can do better than that. You can do better than just hanging out. Because guess what? The team's not going to sit there and just say, okay, let's try to go for overtime. No, they want to win. So if you want to win, you got to be a step ahead. There's no ties. You got to have a step ahead. So one of the things I want you to do, stay the course, but realize that you're putting yourself in a mediocre position. You're being mediocre. You're staying above water. You're staying cool, staying safe. Take a risk. Do the flea flicker. Do the end of the round. All right, in football. Do the crazy play that you don't expect to get a point, but you do. So do something different. I need you to refocus and pick one thing, one aspect of your academic career, your academic education. Pick one thing and excel at it. Pick one area. Pick one class. And say, I'm going to focus on English right now. I'm going to blow it out of the water. And that's going to take you a step up because you're already performing at a mediocre level. So not saying that mediocre is bad, but it's just a level where you can definitely, there's room to grow. All right, so pick one area and excel. That's what my mediocre people, that's what people are hanging out time. That's what I want you to do. The last area, if you're getting blown out, if you're getting smashed, the competition is dominating you, then you got to go ahead and do something different. You have to refocus, regroup. You have to change your whole paradigm as far as your game is going. This is the end of the first quarter. Now that's the one thing that you have on your side. It's only the first quarter. You have time. You got a lot of time. You got 3 more quarters to go. But at the end of the first quarter, sometimes games are decided. But not in your case. Nope, not in your case. The first quarter is not going to determine your game. All right? I don't care if algebra is slapping you in the face. I don't care if biology is punching you in the stomach. They're double teaming you. They probably are. They're working together. They're trying to win. Academics is trying to win, but you got to win. If you're getting blown out, you got to regroup. Don't get down. That's my advice to you. Don't get down. It's only the first quarter. You still got time. You got to start going home and emptying out your book bag every single night. And see what you got to do. You got to get organized. You got to start putting together a plan, working with a planner, and start getting your ideas and stuff in order and what you're going to do for the day, for the week, for the month. You got to start going to extra workshops that your school might be offering. Go to tutoring and be serious about it. Not just going sporadically. Set up a time, a day. Write it down. Hang it up. You got to regroup and reorganize. I can talk about regrouping and reorganizing all day, but for my third, if you're getting blown out, you got to do something totally different. You have to be out of your comfort zone for at least 4 weeks. Uncomfortable. You got to get up extra early. Even though your body wants to, you got to put your body and your flesh aside and say, hey, I need to get up and do what I got to do to be responsible, to make it happen, to get out of this hole that I've dug myself in. Do not let academics beat you. It's the end of the first quarter. So, again, if you're blowing out the competition, good deal. Don't get comfortable. Strive for something higher. Do something extra. If you're kind of hanging in there, all right, you hanging in there, things are going well, do one thing well. Do one more thing well. If it's one class, one area of your education, do it well, better than everybody else. Become an expert in one area. If it's English, biology, boom. Math, boom. It doesn't matter. Social studies, boom. One of your electives, boom. One area and do well at it. If you're getting blown out, if you're getting smashed, punched in the face by these classes and teachers and the school itself, look, regroup. Don't get down. Don't beat yourself up. You got to just have a different strategy. You got to have a game plan. Don't just go back out there doing the same things so you're going to get the same results. And what's that? It's insanity. Alright, that's what you got to do. That's my message for the day. Welcome to Wednesday. I'm excited. Go out and be the best that you can be. And remember, don't make excuses. Make it happen. Don't make excuses. Make it happen. I'll holler at y'all later. Peace.